Good morning. My name is Jason Gady, and I'll be your instructor for the next 5 weeks as we work through applied economics. Economics is called the dismal science by some, and it's called that because it's a little bit intimidating, maybe a little bit scary. A lot of students don't have fond memories of their economics courses in high school or maybe in their collegiate experience. The goal of this class is not to focus a ton on supply and demand curves and GDP, although those are important concepts to talk about. What we want to really look at is the application of this, how this can help you in your personal lives and in your careers. The fundamental economic issue is scarcity. We have unlimited needs and wants and limited resources with which to fill those needs. And so how we answer the questions, what to produce, how to produce, for whom to produce, how we meet our needs and wants with our limited resources is really what this all boils down to. I'm going to walk you through the course here. I know you're all familiar with Moodle. This is your 5th course for a lot of you as you're working through the cohort here. So a lot of this is familiar already. The syllabus is listed on here. I'm not going to click on it now. Pretty standard syllabus in terms of outline the 5 weeks that are coming ahead. A news forum, I will not use that very often, if at all. If there's something in the news, current events that I think apply to what we're talking about right now, it is much more likely that I will email it to you with what your WLC emails. Course questions and comments, I would suggest if you have a question that you email it to me directly. I will not look at the course questions or comments. It will also give you an opportunity to talk amongst yourselves if you're so inclined. The discussion forums. Again, I think you probably have done discussion forums in prior classes. It is part of this class. It is 50 out of the 125 total points, so it's a significant grading aspect. You are given a prompt each week. By Thursday night, you need to have your initial post made. By Saturday of that week, you will need to respond to at least 2 other initial posts. I will chime in a little bit prior to Saturday, but not a lot. I want you guys to really discuss amongst yourselves. I'll hop in if I think there's a new subtopic or area that can be addressed, or if somebody's really off topic with one of them, I'll try to steer you back in place. It's more likely that I will come in towards the end of the week on a Sunday or even a Monday morning and try to wrap up what's been said. The rubric is listed here. You can get up to 10 points each week. The easiest way to lose points is to not post on time. Make sure you get that initial post in by Thursday night and 2 responses to other posts by Saturday night. The weekly glossary terms, I've got that loaded up here. You will have a term each week which you'll need to choose by Wednesday night. By Friday, you'll need to post a definition here. The important things here as we look at this, please provide examples. The rubric asks for illustrated examples that won't apply to some of the terms. Very important that if you are using an outside source that you provide a link to that source somewhere in your post. Please don't use something like a Wikipedia or a WikiHow. That's not a credible source of information. The Econ Library one is cited here as an example post. That's also a good resource to use, and there's plenty of other ones available. 300 to 500 words. In my previous cohorts, a lot of students have lost points because they have not posted sufficiently lengthwise. So please make sure you do that. It is something that I will check each week. By Sunday, then, you need to respond to 1 other post. Again, not your own, somebody else's glossary term. And those terms are, again, 50 of your 125 points. So between the glossary and the discussion boards, that's a majority of your grade. The remainder of it we'll talk about with the quizzes down the road. There are some sources of information provided here, really there for you if you need it. Might be helpful with your glossary terms. Peruse them at your leisure. Each week when you need to make the glossary post, by the way, it is listed here. It is above the first topic. That's because that is something that we will build off of each week. So each week here, you'll see the overview and the steps to completion each week. The steps to completion will really follow the same pattern. There'll be 3 chapters out of the text that will ask you to read through. I'll summarize a little bit of what you can expect to see. There are lecture notes provided each week. These notes were written by Professor Jacobson, who's on staff here at WLC. Consider them like the Cliff Notes or the Spark Notes, depending on what generation you're in. It's a summary of what we've read. They're optional. They're really nicely done, I think. So if you're struggling with some of the chapters, and a couple of them I think are a little bit tough to get through, these notes may prove helpful to you. A lot of the weeks too, there are PowerPoints that are provided. If we were in the face-to-face version of this course, the PowerPoints would be the basis for some of our discussions. They're there if you're so interested. Each week there are study resources as well. Some of them I will ask you to read, and I will outline that in the steps to completion. For instance, in the first week, there's a video by Milton Friedman, one of the premier economists of the 20th century. I'm going to ask you to do that one for sure in the first week. And on a week-to-week basis, some I'll ask you to do for sure. Some I'll say, please choose a couple of them to go through. Some weeks they'll all be optional. The activities for the week are listed in our group discussion each week. The glossary term. When you click on the glossary term, that will be where you will go and choose which term you're going to discuss this week. Again, that needs to be done by Wednesday of each week. You would then go back up to the Applied Economics glossary here and choose the post that you're going to make based on the topic you've chosen. Each week there is also a quiz to take. The quizzes are not very long. We can see here there are 10 questions. You are allowed to take that quiz as many times as you'd like until you achieve the grade that you want. And it will always take your best score. The quizzes are the other 25 points out of your 125. My encouragement to you would be to really take that a couple of times. The 10 questions each week do not change. So you have an opportunity there to really improve your score. Really, it should be all the way up to 100% on each quiz. So that's really what the 5 weeks here entail. It'll follow a very similar pattern from one week to the next, to the next, to the next. There is not a large paper or anything due at the end of this course. In general, the easiest thing to do to be successful is to keep up with the readings, keep up with the pace of the course. Prior students have said 10 to 15 hours a week is probably what they end up spending on it, which is appropriate for a course, a condensed course like this. If you have questions along the way, please get a hold of me. My email is provided on the syllabus. I have a WLHS.org email. I teach at Wisconsin Lutheran High School just down the road from WLC. And my WLC email is also provided. I will check the WLHS, the high school email, probably hourly. The WLC email I check maybe once a day. So if it is something you'd like a quick response to, I would strongly encourage you to use the WLHS.org email. My cell phone number is also provided. Feel free to call me or text me. I do teach high school during the school day, so I may not respond to you until I get a prep time or a break, but you're welcome to contact me. God's blessings to you on this course. I hope it is a good learning experience for you, and I hope you have a great day.